Time in 3 years, Lima Shawnee and Warren Howland come from opposite sides of the state to meet for a spot in the Division II State Championship. And it all goes down on a beautiful fall night right here at the Clear Fork Corral in Bellville. Anywhere the internet can be found, on your smartphones, tablets, TVs, or PCs, exclusively on the OH Report. Next.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Exit 4 Escape Room pregame show. Alongside Lexington men's soccer coach Peter Tem, I am Brian Skowronski, and got a couple of teams you're getting pretty familiar with now, Pete, here, meeting them on the tournament trail. Shawnee, of course, you guys, it seems like matching up at least twice a year, so
for sure.
Fun matchup, state Final Four, and two really good quality teams.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these are two teams that we probably could circle at the beginning of the season that we would potentially see at this point. And, you know, this one's going to be everything it's probably built up to be. It's going to be two contrasting styles. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, both of these teams getting here to this point. Just one loss each on both of their amazing journeys up to the state Final Four, where they are meeting for the second time over the last 3 seasons. I'll tell you a little bit more about Warren Howland making their 3rd trip now to state since just 2019. Head coach Brian Stiles, I mean, they got their guys really building a program right now, because Howland over there in Warren definitely was not known for men's soccer until probably about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. They made that run against us when we lost in the semifinals to them. Ultimately lost in the finals, but they've just been consistent since then and have just really built a name for themselves in that program over there in that area, in the Youngstown area for sure.
And I think the graphic speaks for itself. 16 straight W's for them, and just what they've been doing to their opponents, outscoring them 38-6 during that stretch. It's been nothing short of remarkable. But we're going to pause for a minute, step aside for the playing of our national anthem. It's Star Spangled Banner time. Always one of the coolest parts of the competition for me in any sport, any level, getting it going with the Star Spangled Banner. Everybody's got their own different ways that they spend that time. Pete, what is it for you when they're playing that national anthem? Where do you go inside your own brain?
I think it's just kind of, centering yourself and just relaxing a little bit, taking it all in and just trying to, think about the game plan, make sure the boys are ready, and, think about the last couple things you want to say before they get onto the field and kind of get after it. But, yeah, that's probably the best, time right there, just that few seconds while the national anthem plays and just kind of taking it all in for sure.
You spend a little bit more time before these big matches getting something prepared to say to your guys?
Yeah, sometimes. I think we go over the game plan a little bit more. Sometimes we talk about maybe key players or key matchups that we need to keep an eye on, And, in big games like this, it's just, staying focused on what we need to do and just taking care of our own game plan and, control what we can control.
Speaking of key players, how about Jak Kenney and what this kid's been able to do all season long for the Tigers? He was the hero, too, in the regional final win against CVCA, scored both goals in the match and leads the team in both of those categories. Yeah, he had two great finishes in that game. I actually saw the highlight earlier today, and it was great to watch. The first goal was from a crazy angle, and he was able to kind of sneak it in behind the goal, and the goalie, and they kind of, I think, fed off of that, and that was kind of the momentum they needed a little bit to kind of settle in and play their game. And there he is getting announced here. Always awesome to have guys like that on your club that you can get him the ball and he's going to make something happen.
For sure.
Over on the other side for Lima Shawnee, they've got about 4 or 5 of those guys I think you could identify, and they got a late score to beat Revere in order to get to this point. But this is a team, you look at the similarities in terms of the defense what both of them play. Shawnee does that as well, but also the goals per match, 4.5, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it, I think, in pregame off the mic a little bit that, defensively they're both very similar, but offensively Shawnee, I think, has a little bit more firepower. They have 3 guys up front that can really move the ball and put it in the back of the net. And, it's going to be hard for Howland to keep them off the scoreboard for 80 minutes, and so this one's going to be exciting from whistle to whistle. I'm excited to be up here and to be part of this.
Yeah, we're excited to have you on as well, and probably a much different perspective watching the game from up here in the booth.
I think this is the first time I've really looked out this window. I've only been up here a couple times, and so it definitely is a different perspective for sure. So I feel like we need to record practice from up here a couple times when we use the field down here. It's a good thing. So.
All right, the key player tonight. Let's shine our spotlight on Austin Miller. I mean, what more can you say about this guy? A record-setting performer. He's having a breakout season, too. Set the all-time scoring mark back in September. Kid's over 90 goals now for his career.
Yeah, and he's probably scored 10 of those against us. It might be higher than that at some point. But, yeah, if you lose track of him, they got a couple other guys that you got to keep your eyes on as well. But he is the focal point for them. He does, a lot of the dirty work. He'll take 2 or 3 defenders, open some things up for the other guys. It's just he's so big and athletic. That's, a combination you don't necessarily see at this level, especially a kid that's, 6'3", and can run as fast as he can. And so this is going to be an interesting matchup for Howland. And I know their center back's pretty solid from what I've been gathering. And can he keep track of Austin and what, Shawnee does and see what happens here. So
we're just a few moments away from finding out. First half kickoff coming up here in a second, Pete. So
yeah,
give me your thoughts. How does it get done tonight for Shawnee? What's the key to their success?
I think they got to stick together. I think they got to do what they've done all season. They just got to play as a unit. If they give up one early, they just got to stay focused and keep working. In the Revere game in the regional finals, it was kind of back and forth. They were battling, 40, 50-mile-an-hour winds, and they stayed the course. And they got to do the same thing tonight. Stay the course, work together, and just keep plowing forward. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think basically mine is kind of the same. Just wait on your moment. You got to flow with the match and take the rewards when they are presented to you. They've been so good at that all season long. Don't change it up just because you're in the state Final Four.
Yep.
All right, and for the Tigers tonight, I'm going with pounce on your prey, Coach. That means just eat when it is dinner time. So when you get your opportunities, you got to feast.
For sure. For a team that, doesn't score a ton of goals, they have to capitalize on their opportunities if they want to be successful tonight. They're very comfortable playing in the back and in the back line. And so when they get those chances and they get the opportunity, they got to finish them.
So that's going to wrap up our Exit 4 Escape Room pregame, presented by that awesome company out there in Lima. As we are underway, here are the starters tonight for the Howland Tigers, coached by Brian Stiles. And it's always good to see a same name out there doing big-time things. Big love to them. And when you look at this lineup, you identified the center back, probably one of the best players on the team.
Yeah, he actually is very, very solid, depending on what happens here. Austin driving in the middle.
Looked like you were going to make your determination off that play if you liked it.
I was caught off guard. I heard the crowd, and it kind of, But, their center back is solid. Everything that, I've heard through, other coaches in the state of Ohio, and that was the guy that – he kind of drives the bus for them, and he kind of keeps their defense organized. And then offensively, he's also the catalyst for them as well. So he'll get forward here, and he'll do some great things.
Good-looking start to the match here for Shawnee, as Miller was able to dribble into traffic, almost set up a big shot.
Yeah, number 3 there. That's the one that I was just talking about, their center back. Is it Vasily Gentis? Gentis, yeah.
You got it. Both of these teams, as we showed you in the pregame, just so amazing defensively. Howland giving up less than a half a goal per contest. Shawnee just .67 on the season. And to get to this point, you really do have to have kind of that philosophy. The teams that score a lot of goals, you got to have some defense to go along with it, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think, Shawnee's mentality is by any means that they're going to go out and score 5 goals and just beat everybody on the front foot. You got to be in some tight matches and be able to defend well is just as much as you can score goals. And so to get to this point, you got to be solid on both ends of the field. And so we'll see right now as Howland's starting to attack a little bit. But, yeah, Shawnee's just done a great job all season, just as Howland has as well.
Young man right here with the rock named Jet Hua. You better have some speed. You're going to get named Jet, right?
That's a great name.
And this one I think is going to stay in the field of play.
Yeah.
This big ball will not, right in front of the Shawnee student section. As we take another look here on the CCR Realtors replay. Great double team that time, forcing him over to the sideline and ended up costing a turnover.
For sure. Shawnee does a nice job of defending in numbers. They'll isolate players in certain parts of the field and just kind of take you out of your attack. So for Howland to be successful, they got to figure out how to move the ball and just kind of open up, that Shawnee defense a little bit.
Going to get a free kick opportunity here for the Tigers. They'll have Gentis take it. Kind of push everybody up. 3 players lingering back near midfield. As that ball deflected off the header and then cleared out by the Indians. Now a whistle on the first foul against the Tigers. Didn't see a lot of contact there.
And Shawnee's trying to play quick. I think that's a key for them as well. You know, kind of catch Howland off guard a little bit. Obviously, if you're as good defensively as the numbers say, you got to, you know, Shawnee's, they're going to have to catch him off guard a little bit here. It's a great tackle.
And it'll stay with the Indians. How about Miller with the turn? We'll see if he can keep it in. He will. Austin looking to go to work down the near sideline. Turns it in towards the middle of the park. And that shot going to go wide. Wasn't tipped either. So out for a goal kick. He's created a couple of his own opportunities here in the first 4 minutes.
For sure. I think, you know, once they start keying on him a little bit, then that'll open some stuff up for the other 2 guys up front that are running with him, Tenwaldy and I think it's Facilla.
Yeah, they got a couple Facillos, actually, that'll get in the mix.
Yeah. The brothers, yep.
Couple pair of brothers here for Shawnee.
Yep.
As Miller turns, splits through
Great
a double
turn.
team. Yeah, wasn't that nice?
Tenwaldy with a great run. They just got to keep that away from the goalie a little bit. I think, you know, that's the right idea. If they can run in behind in that space and then, you know, follow their men running into the middle and towards the goal.
So a couple nice setups. Don't end with very quality shots for the Indians as we're still just 5 minutes here into the match. State Final 4 action. The winner moving on to the Division II State Championship down in Columbus. And they did this, well, at your home turf just a couple of seasons ago, Pete.
Yeah, COVID 2020 year. You know, we were fortunate enough to be able to host that game. However, obviously we came up on the wrong side of it in overtime. And then they actually brought them both back to our place to play the state semifinal, which was interesting because it's a grass facility. But, you know, it was a great game. Howland had a little bit different style, I think, if you will, then. But they came out with a 3-0 victory at that point. And I think for Shawnee, it was just a little bit of maybe some shock because some of the Howland boys, I think, had been there the year before as well. And so, you know, Shawnee, I think, just got to rely on their experience right now and play through what they're playing through.
Miller obviously going to draw a lot of attention. Another double team. Tigers able to rip it away from him this time.
I think he needs to take maybe one less touch, try to find a teammate, and maybe run off of that.
Tigers can't keep it in play. It's going to be a throw-in now for the Indians. They get it in quick. Trying to get it to Mateo Facio. And off these restarts so far, the Indians really have. They've been on it.
Yeah, they're trying to move quick. Howland's doing a nice job, though. They got, you know, 5 and 6 guys behind the ball, it looks like right now. And you see how they're moving forward here, kind of getting some numbers going.
Nice ball to the outside. But so quickly, those gaps, they just seem to evaporate against the Shawnee defense.
Unfortunate giveaway there.
Big ball into the box. Jet with a leap. Sails over top, and we'll see who it belongs to. No signal yet. And it's going to stay with Howland.
Ball just a little high there on the replay, but it's a good ball into the box. You know, I think Howland's going to have to maybe move the ball around a little bit more other than just kind of dumping it there. Shawnee's too good in the back. Too many guys in the box.
Hasn't been a great Tigers offense this year, averaging 2.76 goals per match. Big toss, though, into the box. Keeper comes out, kind of misplays it, but I think able to tiptoe, keep it in on the touchline.
You can see this long throw the first time, you know, from down in the corner, and he just misjudged it a little bit. I don't think he'll do that again, though. You never know, especially with these football fields, how far a kid can throw the ball, especially at that point in the field, and what kind of weapon or how dangerous it can be. So I think for the goalie for Shawnee to kind of get that first one out of the way, a little bit of jitters, got his hands on the ball, just settle in a little bit, and he'll be fine.
Got our first substitution of the night, Hunter Drury checking into the match here for the Indians. See Sam Tenwalde check out for a minute. And it's going to be back over to the Tigers. Indians just kind of smothering them at this point. And we're going to get a whistle come in. Foul number 3 against Howland.
And Shawnee's trying to play quick again there, just not quite where the referee wanted the ball or where the foul occurred. Again, they go with the quick restart here. There's just a big gap there. Now they're starting to fill it a little bit in the middle of the field. It's a great ball in. Great touch. Facility. And Tenwalde in. It was a good finish. It was a great early ball in. The Howland boys are arguing offsides, but I think on the initial ball in that, they were definitely on sides.
Sam Tenwalde, who was our MVP just last week in a regional semifinal match, scoring the first goal here of the evening. What a beautiful setup by Austin.
Oh, it's a great ball in. I mean, Miller did everything he needed to do. Settled it, did all the hard work, played a nice ball over to Tenwalde, and he just has to poke it into the back of the net. It's a great start for Shawnee for sure. And, kind of see how Howland, I guess, reacts here, especially not giving up tons of goal on the season and especially playing from behind now. Don't want to say it's early, but it's still pretty early. So it's a lot of soccer left for sure, but that's a great start for Shawnee. That's exactly what they want to do when you get on the board early.
Yeah, what a difference that probably makes, Pete, when you do come out and you convert early on in the match, and it just allows you, I would imagine, to just kind of ease a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can settle in and do what you do, play your game. Shawnee doesn't necessarily have to feel super panicked at this point. You'll see Howland panic maybe a little bit, but it's still, like I said, a lot of time left, so they can settle in and try to play their game as well. But I think for Shawnee, it's a great start. Going back to Miller here in the middle.
And he has it poked away. Nice job that time.
Off the flag there. That went off the flagpole for a throw-in, I believe. Yeah, throw-in. There you go.
Yeah, I was curious how they were going to rule this. So deep throw-in, but like you were saying, if you got a kid that's got a big, strong rocket arm, this is almost even better than a corner kick.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going to find Miller's head here, and he's either going to flick on or he's going to go towards goal. Just a great effort. Great effort by both teams.
But the keeper is down. That's Zach Lewis, the senior, popping right back up. Not sure really what happened there.
It's unfortunate. That was a great header in from Miller, and then Tenwalde just got a little close to the keeper. You see on the replay here, he gets his hands up and makes a great save. And, Tenwalde was already in the air, so it's kind of hard to control yourself at that point. But, he just needs to be smarter at this point now with, 60-some minutes to go.
So Tenwalde, who just scored the goal, will pick up the first card of the match. Check out here for a couple minutes. Now here's Gentes, big ball, near side. And Shawnee content just to lay it out of bounds.
It's not a bad play. The biggest thing for them is just basically they can settle in and at this point basically kind of regroup. There was some guys getting forward for Howland, so they got to settle in now, and Shawnee just needs to defend and kind of work themselves back out.
They defend well here. They hit it right back out of bounds off of the Tiger throw-in. Now Howland playing it more towards the middle of the park. Gentes making a run. They'll sling it, though, here near side. This is Lawson taking his time, evaluating. Good ball.
Great ball in for sure. Shawnee just does a nice job of kind of swarming defensively. They got a lot of guys behind the ball, and so just, stay disciplined. Keep everybody in front of you. It's a great tackle, great win there. You can tell both teams are comfortable with the ball at their feet. And so they're trying to play around here and do some things. And Shawnee coming out quick again, see if they can catch, Howland off guard.
Here's Miller stepping in front. He's creating the turnover, but gives it right back. And now Lawson lost the ball.
It's a great run by Miller. Man, it's a great tackle from the kid from Howland. However, I don't know if it's, a foul per se, but we'll see here on the replay. He didn't quite win the ball there.
Definitely respect Big Harris that time for just getting in the way of that freight train.
Yeah, for sure. That kid's huge. I mean, I feel like we've been playing Austin for 4 years, and, every year he grows another inch or two. And when we saw him in the regular season this year, I feel like he's grown another inch or two since even last fall.
Indians had it poked away. They're going to stay on the attack, though. Here's Scheid.
Find the ball in behind there. Great run by Facillo. Find the ball across. Great tackle by, I think it's Jennis. Yeah, kid's all over the place. Another ball in.
Yeah, Tigers unable to clear. Shawnee staying with it. Fancy dribbling. And finally poked away. It looked like Mateo Facillo is going to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, he's just great effort. So foul off the ball. Here's the replay. Great touch by Facillo. He almost got past number 4 there. Just was unlucky. Just rolled away from him just a little bit.
So far in the match, Shawnee's got 3 shots, 2 of them on frame. One of them found its mark. Howland still searching for their first true shot here of the competition.
Howland playing quick here. See if they can find something moving out. Big ball from Jennis.
It's a big weapon for them to be able to send it like that. Indians, though, win it out of the sky. It'll be a throw-in on the far side here for the Tigers.
I think Howland just needs to relax a little bit. Haven't seen too many of their games, just some of the video a little bit, but it looks like they're just playing some big balls, and it's one of those things where maybe settle, maybe keep possession for a few minutes, ping the ball around, maybe create some opportunities that way instead of just kind of dumping into Shawnee's defensive line and letting Shawnee win easy balls.
Nice build up there, 4 connecting passes, but then interrupted at the end there.
You notice that Shawnee's got 9 guys, 10 guys behind the ball there, so there's this, they're okay with you kind of settling in and defending at this point and, letting Howland play, and then just got to win the ball, and then they can counter out and play their style, play their game. Unfortunate foul there.
Yeah, it's going to be the 5th against the Indians here in this opening half. And should set up one of the better opportunities we've seen from the Tigers so far. They'll have a set piece here at the football 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting a few more guys forward.
Here's Carinante, drifting back post, headed out of there. And we've seen Shawnee. They've won the aerial game so far tonight. The bulk majority of the 50-50 balls have been taken out of the air by them.
Great toe poke by Miller. Just trying to get forward, trying to make something happen out of nothing.
Seems to do that a lot.
Yeah, he's so athletic that there's some things that he runs down that you're not quite sure that he's going to get to, and he just does a great job of, kind of leading the charge for them. And then the guys that complement him just around him are just great players as well.
Big heavy touch by Austin that time, lost it. And this one.
Big switch here.
Yeah, big ping outside. 3 straight volleys.
Keep the ball here, Shawnee. Put it on the ground a little bit.
That one got deflected in. Again, Pete just trying that big ball through the middle of the field. Has not been effective yet for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think they're maybe I wouldn't say they're super rattled. They're rattled probably a little bit just because, they haven't played from behind, I think, all season. And so something new for them, so they're learning on the fly. And give credit to Shawnee, though. Shawnee's doing a nice job of trying to play out and ping the ball around a little bit. And, unfortunate for Howland, they were able to put one in the back of the net.
Got a poll going on both Facebook and YouTube. Will Howland equalize before the half ends? Well, where's your vote lie, Pete?
I think, they got to do a little bit more possession, a little more passing to keep the ball. And I think if they can create a few chances that way, that it's very possible they could score. Anything can happen in this game. It's crazy. Coaching it for as long as I have, you just never know what's going to happen in the next 20 seconds.
That's such a perfect way to put it. It's so fun to watch the beautiful game because any little stretch can totally change the fortunes.
For sure. You know, unlike both of their regional finals on the weekend, you know, the weather's not a factor here. So it's just, you know, got to put the ball down and play and kind of create chances to make some things happen. I think Howland's trying to play themselves into it a little bit. They're just not quite there yet.
And make sure – go ahead, Pete.
I would say Shawnee's defense is just swarming the ball so well that Howland's not getting the opportunity to put the ball down and play.
Indians' defense has been phenomenal all season long. They had a point from September 19th to October 24th. No one scored on them.
Didn't concede a goal, yeah.
And they put up 57.
Right.
What a stretch.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And that's obviously why they are a state championship contender this season. Their only loss coming to Oakwood, clear back September 10th, a district championship team. 0-3, though.
Yeah, Oakwood, you know, they have a great program down there. They did a what's the right word I want to put on? They had a great season. They've had a great run. They got some great players this year, and it's kind of been building for them a little bit the last couple of years. So I think this is the first time that Shawnee's played them in a while. And so going down there, and they knew it was going to be a tough game, and you know, that's what you sign up for. And yeah, Oakwood, they put it to them.
Always love hearing from you, the fans, here on the OH Report. So keep the comments coming on both Facebook and YouTube. You'll make it into the fan zone at some point tonight. I'll be opening up Facebook here in a couple of minutes, read some of your comments, and then I'll go over to the YouTubes as well. So be a part of the game. Get engaged. Drop us some lines. Especially if you got something to say to Coach Pete. Making his broadcast debut tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the first time I've done this, and this is, like I said, pregame, this is exciting. This is, you know, you always appreciate when you guys do the game for us, and you guys are able there to do some highlights and all those things, especially, you know, when COVID happened in 2020 and some families weren't able to be at the games and all those pieces. So this is huge for us. I know we've had former players and parents and grandparents from all over the country and, you know, sometimes the other side of the world that are watching. And so it's awesome to be up here and kind of see the other side of it tonight. So I appreciate you guys having me.
Love having you on here. And in our area, who better to talk about these two teams than Peter Tem? And I think, you and Shawnee, that series is tied like 5-5 now?
Yep, 5-5. So we're 3-3 in the regular season and then 2-2 in the postseason.
Wow.
And so it's been a chance by Howland here. Great defense from Shawnee. I believe that was number 10. Colin Scheid, yep.
But look at how many black jerseys are in the replay right there, and then just Jet by himself. It's a 1-on-6.
Yeah, I think that's their biggest thing is that, you know, they want to isolate that one player and try to make something happen. But for Howland tonight, they're going to have to get forward a little bit more. They can't just rely on one person.
Here's Carinante playing it in back post. Indians can't get it out of danger just yet. High volley.
Great run by Miller.
And just too much right there from Herb Lawson. Another look here on the replay. Pretty decent ball into the middle of the mix.
I think Howland's just going to have to be a little more aggressive on some of those corners, go and challenge those big guys up there and kind of make something happen. Looks like Miller's taking a break here for a few seconds.
Pretty much have to, the way he plays, and
yeah,
pretty much all these forwards for Shawnee, they got a handful of them. They get back and they play defense too. They're just constantly letting the engine roar.
Yeah, they get forward with 3 guys and they go, you know, as quick as they possibly can. And then if you look now, that Tenwaldy's the only one up there by himself. It's a great ball into Howland there. Good defense from Shawnee, but you know, Tenwaldy's the only guy up front right now, and everybody else is behind the ball defending and kind of staying together as a unit here.
The setup there was for Herb Lawson, but Vasily Gentis, this guy for, you know, the middle backer, he's getting up, he's getting involved offensively quite a bit.
He's taking all the throw-ins over here from this far side. It's a good clear from Shawnee. Yeah, number 3, Gentis, he's all over the field right now.
Yeah, he's such a versatile threat. Got 9 goals on the season, while also anchoring a team that has outscored their opponents 14-3 in the playoffs. So unlike the Howland team that won the state championship a couple of years ago, where remember they had that Gabriel Ottewill, I believe was his name, like 50 goals or something. Like this, a little bit different style.
Yeah, that kid was amazing. He, they called him the human fire hydrant, I believe, just because he was so small and compact, but he just ran 100 miles an hour. He's a great finisher, great player, and they just did a nice job finding him.
Hua down in the corner.
Great defense again from Shawnee.
That's what they've been doing.
Yeah, just keeping everything in front of them. It'd be nice probably to keep the ball a little bit, not just kick it, play out, and just keep possession a little bit.
Body's getting tangled up. I don't think it's going to draw a whistle. It seemed like it was kind of mutual entanglement there. Fans, though, here on the Shawnee side don't want to hear that. Thought their guy got brought down just a bit more than theirs.
Yes, it's one of those things, as a referee, you got to kind of keep things even-keeled as you can, so it's depending on the situation, I think, sometimes, too, and I feel like fans lose sight of that. There's certain situations where you got to call a foul for sure, and then other times you got to let it play on and kind of see how things develop.
Right now, the Tigers, they're getting the offense rolling at least. They're keeping it down here at this end, whereas for the first 10 minutes, they were back on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Still not generating shots, though, Pete.
Correct. I feel like they're building into the game a little bit, playing themselves into it, keeping a little more possession. Gentis here with another drive. But I think, this middle third of the field, they're possessing it really well. Ooh, there's the replay of the tackle there. A little bit from behind. Yeah. I could understand a little bit of that. I'd probably be going nuts just like Coach Quatman was there for a few minutes. But
God, this Shawnee coaching staff really is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Throwing down the far sideline. Eventually wrangled by the Tigers. As they switch fields, they'll keep it in.
Shawnee's just kicking out. Like I said, they need to keep possession a little bit more. Kind of what the first 10 minutes that they, played the ball on the ground, moved it a little bit. They were able to find their targets. Miller with another tackle there. But got to find their targets again and kind of play off of those guys.
Off the throw in from Rose. Tigers trying to make something happen here. Nice run.
Great little ball in behind.
Came right back down to the feet of Lawson. But then just smacked out of there and then right to Miller. Yeah, the fans doing a lot of barking down here in the Shawnee section.
Is that how he gets motivated or what?
It could
Chance
be.
for Howland here. Coley with a great save. 10 Waldy comes out.
And I think I'm going to mark that down. That's the first shot of the match here for Howland.
Yeah,
kind of
half chance. I'll give it a half
give him
chance.
a halfie?
Yeah. That's more of a, looks like a deflection, but the kid put some good effort in on it. Miller isolated here on the left. Cuts back into his strong right. Great
now
ball.
Now that's a shot.
That is a heck of a finish right there. Wow.
Austin Miller.
You can't leave that kid alone.
38th goal of the season.
My goodness.
And now it's 2-0.
At this point, here's the replay. Miller isolates this kid out and just right away he knows he's going to his right foot and curls it into the back post. That's a heck of a finish right there. That's, wow. I'm sure he scored probably 40 of those in his career.
The future All-Ohioan putting it all on display here tonight.
Absolutely. So now it's going to be interesting to see how Howland adjusts a little bit, being down 2-0 compared to the 1-0 that they just were, obviously. So Shawnee can probably settle in a little bit more and feel more comfortable with what they're doing. And obviously it's working. They're defending really well, finding the targets, and Miller just made a great play there.
Tigers trying to get right back into it. They're going to have a corner kick out of this. And, again, it's Vasily Gentis making the charge.
Here's another replay of the goal. Wow. He's looks like he's just outside the 18. It's a fantastic finish. Wow, top bends to the right.
And it looked like initially off his foot, like it was going to be a little bit wide, but he played that nice bend.
Yeah, and now he's back on defense. A great one on the header there. Tenwaldy's by himself. He's 1v1 here. Needs a little help, it looks like. Facillo joining him. Great tackle.
Yeah, shuts down what was an excellent build in the counterattack for Shawnee. But the Tigers, they've been controlling a lot of the tempo here recently.
It's a good early ball. Shawnee did a nice job of kind of recovering.
Take one more look at that corner kick laid in by Caleb Rose, and there's Austin.
Yeah, that's a great win.
Just got such great height, size, speed. Wear athlete for sure.
You know, Shawnee's got 9 guys behind the ball right now, 10 with the goalie. They're just doing a nice job of kind of isolating, you know, their Howland's offensive threats and just kind of keeping everybody in check. Howland's going to have to keep pushing the game a little bit if they want to make this interesting, or, you know, it could end up that Shawnee's going to score a few more here before it's all said and done.
Last time they met, it was 3-0 in favor of the Tigers.
Yeah.
So definitely different storylines unfolding here in the opening half tonight.
Janice on the corner here. Great clear by Miller again. Just nobody from Howland, you know, just super interested in attacking, and it looks like it just kind of came down in front of them, just wasn't there. Howland's going to have to go get the ball and kind of win some things and create more chances than they are right now.
That one off the back of the leg from Miller. Big shot from distance.
There's Janice again. This kid's kind of doing everything for them right now. A great win in the middle of the field. Shot from the 20, just high.
I think he's starting to sense that maybe he does need to let that cape flow a little bit. Sometimes you
Yeah.
got to be Superman for your team.
For sure. And I think, like I said, a little bit in the pregame, everything that Howland does kind of goes through him, and he's the facilitator for them.
Nice flick forward that time.
Ball wide here. Great turn.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Great touch by Miller. Great touch again.
Oh, wow.
He's going to go at him. Howland keeper's coming out a little bit.
Turns touchline this
Wow.
time.
Oh, wow. Unlucky.
Nearly split the cap. And then tangled up for the 6th foul here in the opening half by the Indians. But, I mean, this dude almost made like a 1-on-3.
Yeah. I would have liked to see what would happen. The Howland goalie was coming out there kind of early, it looked like. And, you know, if Miller gets his foot on it, I don't know if he gets a chance or, you know, if somebody's in the middle there on the second ball.
Here we are diving into the fan zone. Always my favorite part of the night. Let's see where some folks are watching from here. Here's Christian cheering on the Tigers. Got to start cheering louder, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
They need some juice, for sure. James letting Austin Miller know that he's doing some awesome things, and boy, has he. He's been the star of the match so far up to this point.
Absolutely.
Tug, our guy, one of our sponsors tonight,
Nice.
says keep it up, keep going, tribe. Shout out number 11 on Howland. His name is Dale. Oh, well, it says Caleb on the roster here. Should we call him Dale?
Is that his nickname? Or is that his surname? Miller with the attack down the left line here again.
Yeah, it really does make it look just effortless. He's just so smooth when he has the ball, and with those long Gumby-like limbs, he just covers a lot more ground than your standard human. Does it get any better than that goal by Shawnee? Not much. That was a pretty one.
Yeah, that was an awesome finish. Great turn.
Wow, that was Alex McGuire. Then it's lost out of bounds, but gave him kind of the hee-hee. Spun right out of there.
A couple more inches, and he would have been off to the races there. Shawnee's trying to get Tenwaldy back on the field here. Great tackle by Facillo.
Yeah, heavy touch there to Hunter Drury. And so the Tigers regain possession. Shawnee content to sit back a little bit right now. Let them come and try to make a big ball through the middle, which has not worked at all tonight. Maybe at some point they'll pop one through, but it hasn't worked out through these first 30 minutes.
Shawnee's just doing a nice job of kind of isolating those forwards. You know, it looks like it's 1v1 on the center forward there in the middle, and then their center back's kind of dropping in behind and just cleaning everything up. Miscue there by Shawnee. And Howland's just, you know, trying to attack so quickly. I feel like sometimes they just need to slow down and keep possession sometimes. It's a good find there in the middle. Shawnee cleans it up, though.
Nice job of letting it settle there by Facilo. Now Miller tried to go right around the defender. Haven't seen a signal from a referee yet.
Yeah. Finally, Shawnee getting the sub in.
Do want to give a big shout out to the over 700 of you watching live and free on a Wednesday night. And I mean, this is our backyard down here in the Clear Fork Valley. For you guys, it's such a long drive to get here. That's why we wanted to come together and try to make this game happen for you live and free on the Facebook and the YouTube. So I'm glad we did. Got a lot of friends hanging out with us tonight, Pete.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I mean, just nice.
Some international viewers, too.
Yeah, that's awesome. But, yeah, for us to – or for you, excuse me, to provide this for these two communities is fantastic. Two great soccer communities for sure. And because of that, you know, that's why there's so many people on right now, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, two great programs meeting for the second time in 3 years, folks, right here in the state Final Four. And not two communities traditionally known for their soccer.
Shawnee's kind of been the, I'd say the gold standard over there a little bit the last couple of years. You know, they've, 4 league titles, 4 district titles. Yeah, they've done a fantastic job, and that especially where they're located. You know, they got to go out just like us and travel to get some games and do some things, and they've done a nice job of building a tough schedule.
Yeah, both of these programs, just kind of looking back on what they've been doing here of recent, it's about the last 7-8 years for both of them. They've really had it going on. Before, they were just trying to compete for sectional titles. Now and again, they get to a district championship. As that one, almost a handball.
Yeah, it kind of caught him a little bit goofy there, the way it twisted. Finally, Howland's trying to play through a little bit. He just doesn't have any help over there. Just big clear from Shawnee. They can regroup and get themselves set back up.
And the Indians, they just pack it in so tight defensively. It's truly a wonder that they're able to get out on their fast breaks as efficiently as they do, because they play with 10 guys defending pretty much the whole match.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is the Shawnee guys are just disciplined in where they're, keeping their shape. So 1 or 2 passes, and they're able to kind of open up Howland's defense a little bit and create space and find an opportunity. And they attack with so much pace.
When they do have the ball at their feet, you're right. They're coming in pretty furious.
Yeah.
Trying to unleash some big shots. Always cool to be able to watch your former team.
Yeah.
Not just that, but compete on a big stage.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, a couple years ago when I was in school, I'd say a couple years ago, it's been 20 at this point, but, watching video and those opportunities, it never happened. And now this great shot. Those opportunities weren't there, but now these kids can pull up YouTube, and by the time they get home, they can know about their opponent and scout and watch some videos. And, I know the other night when we were at Lima Senior, we had the OH report up at the Mansfield Christian game, kind of watching that a little bit during our pregame before we kind of got started. And, that was never something that we could do when we were kids. And so this opportunity and the services that, not only you guys provide but other people, it's great for these kids and communities, like I said before.
No more VHS tapes and
Yep.
trying to cut them together on your uncle's weird setup that he has, or
Clipping newspaper articles, trying to find some information on some people.
all that. So definitely a big shout out to the World Wide Web for bringing us all together the way they do.
Miller's back on the field here. A couple minutes left to go in the first half. You know, Shawnee's probably just looking to ride this 2-0 out and kind of, settle in here at halftime. Howland needs to probably score here quickly if they want to make things interesting here in the second half. However, 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer. So.
I hear that all the time. I don't know if I buy into it necessarily. I feel like 1-0 would be a little bit different. However, hey, I'm not playing. I'm not involved anymore, Pete. I just watch from way up here in my ivory tower, man.
I don't know what it is, but, that 2-0 is just – there's something dangerous about it, something, it's a little bit of voodoo magic, whatever it is. You give up that one, and all of a sudden you're kind of rattled a little bit and get too complacent. Shawnee on the attack here again. Miller with a big touch. Great tackle from Howland. It's good early ball, good control there from Howland. But just they're rushing too much.
And according to our poll on Facebook and YouTube, it's pretty much divided like 50-50, asking people if Howland was going to get an equalizer. Well, they only have one shot so far, folks, so you can't score if you can't unleash any shots. Actually, they got to.
Yeah.
But none on frame.
I think, absolutely. I think he's getting it right here. Sam Tenwaldy needs to be careful, though, on the second ball there. I think it's going to Janice here, number 3.
Carinanti,
number 9.
Thought,
yep,
gave the push.
Yeah, number 9 got the card there, yep. I couldn't see the number from here just until we got the replay up.
And he is going to have to check out, of course. Oh, I thought he was going to rip off the jersey and maybe do an Antonio Brown and just peace out.
Right. There's still a lot of soccer left there, young man.
Yeah, he's staying in here. Long way to go. Clock stopped at 2:26.
So this is Shawnee's kind of a specialty here, if you will. They got a couple targets here in the box. They've scored a good number of goals on set pieces this year. So see if they put the ball in the box here. Absolutely driving it deep.
Oh, yeah, that's a shot.
Ooh, unlucky.
Keeper goes up, lost the handle. I think a whistle blew it dead. Have to check out the CCR replay to see exactly what happened.
Yeah, he bobbled it. Just bobbled it, and I don't understand what unless he ended up offsides on the far side. I didn't see but it didn't look like there was any contact or anything with the goalie there, just one of those situations. The 2-minute mark here to go in the first half.
We've seen a lot of these short balls off of the goal kicks and the restarts tonight for the Tigers, with Shawnee laying back a little bit, allowing the action to come to them, and this is what they do. They strike, they step up in passing lanes. Fusilo this time to Miller, bumped off his mark.
Yeah, this is what Shawnee needs to do, just kind of to be successful, keep the ball a little bit, pinging around. Howland's going to have to go here kind of quick. Great win by Miller again. Got Tenwaldy on the left here.
And tripped up. Yeah, we're going to get a free kick situation from maybe about 20 yards out. Great look here on the replay. Got bumped on the backside, not once but twice there. Lawson initially, then even more contact. Going to set him up in prime position with the clock.
Yeah, for sure. I think Shawnee can kind of ride the clock here for a few seconds. Not necessarily throw all the eggs up into one basket going forward, but create an opportunity here to kind of, I don't want to say capitalize and kind of, if they do capitalize here, it's going to kind of be very difficult for Howland to recover from this 3-0 lead.
They've got Caleb Miller on the ball. Here he is.
Great
he
ball,
strikes it back post. Yeah, too saucy.
Yeah. Your kid up front, 6'4", give him a chance, let him go eat.
So not a very well-struck ball there. A bit of a missed opportunity by the Indians.
Yeah, I think he struck it well. He was trying to drive it hard into that top corner. Just got away from him.
Closing seconds of the opening half. Anything from Howland here would be huge. Maybe just try to generate a little bit of momentum, even if they can just get a shot on frame.
Yeah, if you're Shawnee, you just want to put that ball in the parking lot. There you go.
That's exactly what they've done with a 2-0 advantage here at the break. A long way to go, but the Shawnee Indians so far look like the team to beat. We'll step aside. We'll be back for your halftime show. That'll include some stats. Me and Pete will break down what we saw through the first 40 minutes of action and then get you ready for half number 2. It's live, it's free, and it's exclusively on the OH Report. We'll be back in a minute.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
What's up, America? Brian Skowronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Number 1 receiver coming from the Shelby Whippets, Isaiah Ramsey.
He's caught our attention over here, and we're certainly going to keep an eye on the Willard Flashes.
We will see you next week on the Stat Leaders, brought to you by Spitzer of Mansfield.
It's State Final Four action, streaming live and free from the fabulous Clear Fork Corral here on a beautiful fall night. What a night it is for high school soccer. I'm Brian Skowronski, got Peter Tem with me here tonight, and all of you guys out there watching in Facebook and YouTube land, we love you all. We couldn't have done it, though, without our generous sponsors helping you bring tonight's game live and free, including Jay's Lip Smackin' Wings, a chicken wing trailer that does fairs, festivals, and special events, the best chicken wings around, and proud supporter of Shawnee High School athletics. Tug, Taviano Real Estate and Marketing. Looking to do more than take a shot at selling your home? Call one of the Shawnee community's top producing agents, Tug Taviano with CCR Realtors at 419-236-3107. Let's go Tribe. Exit 4 Escape Room in Lima. A new and exciting experience is now here in Lima. Reserve your room now for their soft opening starting November 19th, coming up pretty soon. Visit their website as well, www.exit4lima.com for more information. That's exit4lima.com. And by Tammy Conley and Serenity Investment Property, Inc. Serenity Investment Properties, a locally owned business offering reputable and affordable housing in Lima and Allen County. They have housing to fit your needs. 2 and 3 bedroom apartments, townhouses, duplexes, and homes located in the Lima, Shawnee, Elida, and Bass school districts. Give them a call at 419-225-7781. As we welcome you now inside of the Exit 4 Escape Room halftime. I'm Brian, this is Pete, and I mean, it was a fun, exciting half of soccer. We saw both sides really possess at different times, but the counterattack by Shawnee, it's just special, it's different, and that's kind of how they got the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, in my opinion, Howland probably hasn't seen anybody the striking power that Shawnee has this season, and it shows right now. Obviously, Shawnee's up 2-0, and because of that, you know, I think they got to change their game plan for the second half here. So it's going to be a fun 40 minutes here in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see what type of adjustments actually are made here during the break when the second half starts. But let's show you all the numbers that you need to know from that first half of action. And you see just 2 shots for Howland. That's all they could produce. Yeah. Neither of them were on frame, Pete. Meanwhile, Shawnee, they took advantage when they had their opportunities. They put 2 of their 4 on net in the back.
I think that's one of the pre-match points we had to make.
I think so.
Shawnee needed to take care of their chances when they had them, and you know what? 4 shots on goal, 2 goals. That's a pretty good percentage there.
Yeah, wait on your moment was my pre-match key to the game for Shawnee. They've kind of done that in Spurs tonight. They've definitely had a spectacular individual performance from Austin Miller. He's been the best dude out there on the pitch.
For sure.
On the other side, though, you got to give a lot of love to Vasily Gentis for trying to will offense and defense for the Tigers.
Absolutely.
He's been all over the pitch. Those 2 guys definitely probably going to be in the All-Ohio conversation.
Oh, absolutely. I will say they both were in the All-Ohio conversation.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, they were both there. But yeah, 2 quality players, and they're showing it, especially at this level and at this stage of the season, state semifinals, and 2 greats going at it, and it's been a great game so far.
Shawnee is out of the locker room. They look like they got a little pep in their step. Obviously, they're 40 minutes away from punching, I believe, their first ever ticket to Columbus, right? Never been there.
I believe so, absolutely.
So they've been on the doorstep. They went back in 2002 to the state Final Four, if memory serves, and then they just went a couple of years ago when Howland was able to knock them off. So they feel like this is their team. They've been building up for this. They've had the program incrementally taking the steps, Pete, and it's showing out there on the field. They've got great chemistry. They just defend so well, and they turn the defense into offense, boom, like magic.
Absolutely. 1-2 passes, and they're in on goal. They just move so quickly. They just attack with such pace. And the biggest thing for Howland is, can we figure out where the ball needs to – or stop from where the ball is going to go, excuse me.
Sure.
Shawnee, they're 1 or 2 passes, like we said, and they're already in the attack. And, for Shawnee, it's can we make 1 more pass, and they're into goal, and it's, producing opportunities, producing goals.
So Howland now, they're making their trot back out onto the pitch. And for them do a little foreshadowing. Well, what do you think, Coach Brian Stiles over there and his bunch, what are they talking about during the break in terms of adjustments? Did you see any cracks or chinks in the armor for Shawnee?
I think for Howland, they probably got to push 1 or 2 more guys forward. Playing with those 4 guys in the back, they can maybe afford to push their center back up a little bit higher, which I assume is Genesis at this point. Get him more involved in the middle of the field. And, if I'm Howland, you got to spread Shawnee out, got to put the ball on the ground and play a little bit and just kind of create chances when you can. And just stop the counterattack, stop the ball on Shawnee's half of the field so that they can't get into the attacking third as quickly as they have been.
Seems so simple when you just break it down like that and put it in words, and then you got guys like Austin Miller coming at you 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
And the game plan kind of goes out the window at times.
Yeah, absolutely. You can talk about it all day long. It's just you got to go out and execute. And, I'm sure Howland has some type of strategy here. We'll see in the next couple minutes. If I'm Shawnee and we're Shawnee, we got to look at just kind of keeping the ball and playing and just kind of going through the motions a little bit. Just, put the ball down in front of us and play. If it's not broke, don't fix it. They're doing very well for the first 40 minutes. I assume, Coach Quatman probably gave them the same talk that I'm saying right now, is just settle in, keep playing, doing what we're doing, provided we get a few opportunities to take care of them, put the ball back in net, and, one more and this game's over.
That's going to wrap up our escape room exit 4 halftime, as we are all set for second half action. Tigers are going to get the first touch. They're going to need that and quite a bit more, as they are looking to at least get within one here, I think, early on, and try to change their own mentality about the match and the way things have been going.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, if Howland gets the first one and they get it quickly, it's going to be a fast and furious here for the second half. It's just going to be a lot quicker than even that first 40 was, just moving the ball and playing at, breakneck speed, I feel like. But, yeah, if Howland doesn't get one early, it's going to be a long 40 minutes for them.
Very few have been able to get scores at all against Shawnee this season. They gave up 2, almost a season high for them against Revere.
Yes, I don't know if they've given up more than 2 in a game other than that one, have they?
Just the 3-0 loss against Oakwood. Other
correct,
than
yeah.
that,
Yep.
It's been 2 goals, 1 goal, and a whole lot of goose eggs.
Absolutely.
Lots of shutout victories for the Indians this season. One of the most dominant teams in Division II, 19-1-1 coming into tonight. Such great progression as a program. 19 wins back in 19, then 17 in the COVID year, 19 last year.
Yeah.
Looking for win number 20 tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be some type of program record, I'm assuming, for them. The opportunity to go out and at least play 20 games and win 20 games is amazing. And for them to go out, I think there'd be, 22 games on the season. So 21-1, that's an amazing record. And then the opportunity to play for state title as well.
Looking to get a big throw in here from Vasily Gentis. Good-looking throw into the mix, and we've got a game, folks.
That's the goal that Howland needed right there, absolutely. It's a great opportunity from them on the deep throw and for them to get in and finish.
What a throw. Great finish. Check this out on the CCR replay. Right where it needed to be. Cash money from Dimitri Gentis.
Huh, is that his brother?
I'm thinking there's got to be some type of family ties.
Absolutely, for sure.
That's huge. Coming less than a minute here into the second half. So 2-1, and it's, hey, that voodoo magic, I guess, that 2-0 lead, never safe.
For sure. Shawnee, in on the ball here, and Howland with a nice stop offensively.
First shot on frame for the Tigers all match, and they make it count. Looking for more here. Great-looking carry by Jet Hua through traffic, but pocket picked.
That goal definitely sparked Howland here. It'll be, like I said, it's going to be fast and furious here for the next 38 and a half. And, Shawnee with the big direct ball. Tinwaldy.
Yeah, he was
just a step off sides for sure. It was a great early ball in. It just looked like he was a little bit.
I was keeping an eye on him when that ball was released. It did look like he was just a shade off.
It wasn't much. That's the hard part, too, especially when, you got 3 guys. And most of these guys, I don't know if they do a 3-man system during the season. And so when you get to the postseason and you're doing a 3-man system as opposed to the 2-man system, watching the offsides from a different angle and reading the game differently, that's hard to see. But, Sam Tinwaldy did a great run, put himself in a great spot, and it's just a great early ball in. Just unfortunate for Shawnee there. Looks like Howland's trying to put the ball down and play a little bit, which is, what we talked about in the first half. Just they need to get a little further up the field with it.
When they've tried to find feet and they've played possession soccer, they've not generated great looks, but they've at least controlled the action and not given it over to the Indians, where they've been able to get on the counterattack. So I kind of stick with, that mentality. Just if we keep the ball, they can't have it.
Absolutely. And, I mean, Howland, I think, like we said, they had a little bit more of the possession in the first half, but they just weren't able to create chances, and can't come out here in the second half with, no possession. It's 30 seconds in and they score off a throw-in. So now can we build from that success? I don't want to think that they're going to only offenses on deep throw-ins here, moving the ball around nicely a little bit, trying to make some things happen. But, Shawnee's got tons of guys behind the ball as well. So Tenwaldy, I think, needs to hold that ball up there instead of flicking on. He's got to realize he's the point of their attack right now and just kind of settle in and let some other guys join him.
Tigers right now got 6 guys up. A couple of nice connecting passes and a great ball to the wing. Off the cross, too much for Hua.
Shawnee had some numbers back, but, Howland did a good job of getting down there and making some things happen.
So this is where the Indians can really be dangerous. Fresh off a defense, they get in the attacking third typically so efficiently as Miller just elects to chuck Karanani down to the turf, and he'll pick up the foul.
Big ball from Howland. Nice flick on to one of his running mates there, number 8. The goal scorer.
Yeah, Dimitri.
Gentges. Looks like Howland's finding their targets a little bit here, trying to, get a little bit higher up the field like we've talked about. In Shawnee's final third, their attacking third. Great chance there. Looks like 18 maybe got in the way of his own player.
Yeah, big blistering shot from outside. Deflected back at him.
Ooh.
And now off of the tackle. No part of the ball was caught there, of course, by Jensis.
Yeah, I think that's one of those no harm, no foul type of situations there at the 50. It's whether the ball's a throw-in or on the ground. I mean, if it's on the ground there and it's a free kick, you can obviously play a little bit more direct if you want, a little more, offensive opportunity potentially. But with the throw-in, you can keep possession. Miller with a great turn.
And never any hesitation. It doesn't matter how many defenders he sees. He just goes.
Yeah, they're a little here you go on the replay. Tries to do that 1-2 and just kind of push it into space. He just ball got away from him. Arguing for the foul there, but at this level, I don't think you're going to get that. If I'm Shawnee right now, they just got to settle a little bit, keep the ball. Howland's got a little bit of the momentum.
I think Jet got a little bit ahead of himself right there.
Yeah, the afterburners were kicking in.
So off the turnover, here comes the Indians. See if they give it right back.
It's a good throw in to switch the point of attack a little bit there, going through the middle. Facilla with a little bit of a, we'll see on the replay here, he's a little bit of aggressive on the take, on the chance there.
First shot here in half number 2 for the Indians. And we got a score update at the half of the other D2 game. Pete, what do we got?
It looks like Bexley and Wyoming are 0-0 at the half.
That's kind of boring. No goals.
Yeah. I didn't think that was going to be a high-scoring affair on that side. Those are 2 quality sides as well that don't give up a ton of goals. Obviously Wyoming's the defending state champs, and so they, I don't know if they – I feel like they probably expected to be here, but there were some other great quality sides out of Cincinnati that – they had to beat, especially through their sectional. There was another top 17 in Summit Country Day they had to take care of to get even out of their sectional. And so for that to be a 0-0 match, it's going to be a great game down there as well.
Seems like each region got at least a couple of powerhouses in it. That if you want to survive and get to that Final Four, buddy, you're going to have to win a big match.
And I've talked about it coming out of our area. There's multiple state-ranked teams. Once you get to the district level and then even past that into the regional semis, regional final, it's another state-ranked team from the OSSCA coaches website and the coaches rankings. And, it just points to the quality of, what happens at that level, especially for the coaches to be the ones that nominate and put those guys up. And then for it to come true almost every year, it's just quality for what those kids are doing, what those programs are doing. And then obviously the coaches paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah, who would know better about the level of competition?
Right.
As
great flick on.
Yeah, that was fun. Seen him do that a couple times against you.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the replay.
Almost worked out. Late charge there by Mateo.
Miller a bit aggressive there on the rebound. Tried to just take a chance at it.
Does he do anything unaggressively?
I mean, if he connects with that, that keeper better be on his toes because that's going to be a ball is going to be flying at him. It'll be a great opportunity. It looks like Howland's kind of calmed down a little bit, trying to keep the ball and possess a little bit. This is their style, but usually they're playing from, obviously being in front, the scoreline. And so this is what they're comfortable with. But now can they create an opportunity here? It's a great string of passes there through the middle of the field, some 1-2s and just some 1-touches. Shawnee just needs to maybe find a little bit of possession and kind of relax a little bit here.
Got some numbers moving forward. Nice ball out wide.
Shawnee doesn't necessarily need to chase the game right now. I think the biggest thing for them is, obviously they want to get forward. That's their style. They get, aggressively into the other third, and they want to create chances. But they also can realize they're still sitting on a 1-goal lead right now, so they don't necessarily have to force everything.
Well, Mike says plenty of time to still get that second goal if you're the Tigers.
Absolutely.
He believes. Ooh. And they do clear.
They had everybody behind the ball in that situation. It's a great opportunity for Shawnee, obviously, with Austin Miller as a target and a deep throw. And now it looks like, Howland just unfortunate trying to break out here the other way.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication that time between Caleb Rose and the winger, as it's just played out of bounds. And good look here over at the Shawnee sideline, and love all the comments that are coming through. I dove into the YouTube chat section at halftime. I mean, I just kept scrolling and scrolling. They're having a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this whistle's going to go against Howland, and you hear the Tiger fans none too pleased. It's the first against them here in the second half.
Yeah, it looks like they just kind of got tangled up. Just unfortunate there.
Andrew feels like it's comeback time here. Hashtag Go Tigers. Great fanfare. Keep them coming out there in the comments section, folks.
Shawnee has two options here. Play simple here to the right or play the ball into the box. Ooh, it was a good 50-50 challenge.
Oh, not bad. I think that might have hit the crossbar.
Here's the replay in.
Yeah.
Keeper's covering.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, it hit the crossbar for sure, but I'm not sure if the keeper got a touch on it. That's what everybody's arguing right now. But it's a great big ball in. But, like we said, they got to give their strikers a chance, put the ball in a dangerous spot, and let them go attack it.
So would that be considered a shot on net, Pete, in the crossbar like that?
I mean, it hit the target, so does that mean it's on target, right?
I'm going for it.
There's some varying definitions, I guess, if you will, on some of that stuff. And to me, the keeper had to, if the keeper doesn't go for it to try to make a save, what happens? Well, does it go in the back of the net or not? So hits the post, so I believe it's on target, in my opinion.
Well, that's the only one that matters right now.
Dawn Morton showing me some love. I appreciate it, to the Morton family. She got on the fan zone there a couple times. I love the Morton family too. Thank you guys.
And I love that you kept it on the hush today. Didn't want to draw too much attention to yourself that you were going to be on the broadcast tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest with you, I didn't know if I could speak for 80 minutes about certain things,
Get enough of that Mountain Dew running through your veins, Pete.
Absolutely, yep. Hey.
Our whole crew down. I got my Bang Energy.
Yeah, we all got energy drinks up here ready to go. Mine's over there somewhere. It's all good.
Free plug here. The Travis Barty drinks one of those almost every single day. So good. Mountain Dew needs to find this man and get him some type of, I don't know, NIL media money. Good-looking ball, Miller.
Tenwaldy just touch unfortunate. I think that's got to be a corner as well.
Yeah, they'll do it from the opposite side, though, this time, so.
Upcoming corner kick for Shawnee.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting
some private texts now. That's why you didn't want to draw the attention to yourself. You knew this was going to be the case.
Yeah. I got to focus up here, and my phone's blowing up behind me.
So not all the Mortons are in favor of those previous messages, clearly. Back post. Great jump.
Save by the keeper.
Yeah, that was
Must
Lewis.
have been a little foul off the off to the side there when everything happened.
It's just an excellent beat on it.
Dr. Staker, I appreciate you, sir.
It's always fun when they're just cheering for the commentators.
Yeah. So another Let's Go Tigers here. Julie Joy.
All too well,
Yeah, there we go. That name looks familiar. It's a great cutback there by number 6.
Yeah, it was. This ball played in space. Miller
stay in here.
He'll catch up. And probably just a clever way to put it out there by Behringer.
Yeah. Here's the cutback on the whoop. There you go. This ball here in the Miller in the corner. Get the chance for another deep throw for Shawnee. You know, I'm sure they're going to target Miller. You know, they've done that all season. If he can flick on and find something on the backside of it. There he is.
Yep,
Ooh,
found him.
You know, it's a great opportunity. Sometimes you just got to flick it on maybe and let somebody else kind of do the rest of it. But, you know, when you're 6'4" and you can go up and win the ball, I mean, go win the ball, son.
He's been doing it all night long, all season long, all career long.
Absolutely. What did we say he has for his career? He's got to be close to 100, I think.
He's definitely over 90. I wasn't able to get the exact total.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I knew he was close.
But the previous school record I know was 79, and he passed that back in August.
Yeah, he scored 2 against us in the our regular season matchup, and it was just a great game overall. We gave up the game winner with about 30 seconds to go, and of course it was to him.
Yeah, clearly you haven't forgotten about that. Bexley caught Wyoming goalie Noah Poppets out of the goal after a free kick, but a shot sails well wide.
Ooh.
Still scoreless.
There we go. 0-0 down there.
Appreciate the update there on the Twitter sphere.
See, that's the other part of it, too. And, you know, we were growing up these live updates and trying to figure out what was happening on the other side. And
no chance. Got to read the newspaper the next morning.
Absolutely right. The World Wide Web wasn't as popular as it is now.
Good-looking turn. One of the few chances we've seen from Howland here in recent moments.
Good cover there from the Shawnee defenders. Good tackle.
Yeah, it was like a tussle down there in the corner. A little 1-on-2.
Nope.
Back and forth.
Shawnee dropping everybody back here on this one. They want to give up another one on the throw in here. Cover their marks, cover their runs.
Gentis, big
huge
toss.
Throw. Great win by Miller. Great win again.
He just almost has like that Dennis Rodman where he knew where the rebounds were coming.
Absolutely, yep.
Just knows. Finds it a lot.
Ooh, it's a great ball into the box. Find the target here. Is our spotlight player, number 18.
Yeah, Jak Kenney's been pretty quiet so far tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't kind of gotten that ball in space where he likes it. Janice with a good opportunity there.
Number 3, meanwhile.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids all over the field. A little touch through.
Almost.
Just a little heavy. But still 4 guys from Shawnee surrounding him.
Yeah, he's been a treat tonight. Getting close to the midway point here, the second half. Goes quick.
Yeah, I feel like the second half's flying by right now, especially that early goal by Howland. Kind of the pace has picked up a little bit. It's kind of been a little bit more wide open. Probably everything you expect from a state semifinal at this point.
The game has not disappointed.
Good tackle by Facillo, good win.
And Mateo.
Not a very good chance on goal there, but he's being aggressive, and that's all you can ask.
4th shot here in the second half by Shawnee. Howland just has the one, but made it count.
That's all that matters at this point.
They lit up the Jays' lip smacking wing scoreboard with it. What a logo, too, that is.
Yeah. We could use some of those right now. I'm getting a little hungry.
I know. I didn't get no dinner. I thought we were going to have some shakes waiting for us from the Clear Fit.
Oh,
they close early.
I figured G-Man would be delivering dinner. That's his thing, isn't it?
I hope so. It's not too late, G, if you're out there watching. We're all hungry up here in the presser. Oh, somehow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
What a chance.
Caleb Rose.
Looks like on the replay a little bit of miscommunication from the it looks like almost a handball for number 14 from Shawnee there.
And just hey, look what I found. Better kick it.
Right, absolutely.
Just off target.
Yeah, my wife enjoys the broadcast when G-Man talks about,
whatever's on his mind,
yeah,
diet-wise that night.
Especially, wherever the location of the game is, wherever he's going to find some dinner on the way home. So
it's an important part of scouting out, especially during tournament time when we got to go to these faraway places.
Yep. Howland on the attack again. Shawnee doing a nice job of kind of cleaning everything up.
There's more to this media game than just the broadcast, Pete.
I understand that. I get it.
Oh, great move by Miller.
Absolutely. Got Tinwaldy in the box. He's got to move into some space.
Got him!
Whoa. Man, unlucky on that one. Tinwaldy just did a nice job of kind of coming from the backside and floating across to the middle there.
Sick connection. Got every ounce of it.
Miller with a great ball in. Just a great individual effort from him, beating those two guys down the line.
Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, the state Final Four action continues on the OH Report. We're going to have a great game, seeing if the Monroeville Lady Eagles can get back to the state championship. It's going to be fun. Well, we're going to play it back for you at 7 p.m. Travis Barty going to be on the call. I'm going to be right alongside him. This is the best time of year, Pete. When we start getting to these big games like last week and this week, it doesn't get much better than seeing the local teams and their stories and who comes from which region. It's awesome stuff.
I'll give you guys a little fun fact you probably don't know.
Oh.
I went to Heidelberg with Coach Kendra from Monroeville. Yep.
Okay.
So she's good friends with some of my roommates' wives. So they every once in a while we run into them during the summer and some of those good summer parties with the kids and cookouts and barbecues, all that good stuff. But yeah, she's done a fantastic job with that program.
She's such a ball of energy. I imagine that was way elevated back in the college days.
Probably, yeah, just a little bit. Good flick on there. Good turn by number 2.
Oh, but Jet elected not to take the shot. Actually, I would have liked if he would have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would have been a chance I would have definitely taken. Looks like it went over the end line here, and he called a corner for Howland. Might be definitely the first one in the second half.
Corner kick, Tigers.
Howland's definitely picking up the pace a little bit here.
They got it teed up down in the corner. And
great win by 7. Facillo.
Yeah, that was nice. It's a rocket ball near post.
Yeah.
Send it back in again, and one out of the air by the Indians.
Shawnee just trying to clear themselves out of their own end a little bit, trying to reset themselves defensively. They're high foot a little bit there. I'd like to see Tinwaldy, control that one and play it around a little bit. But, at this point, I think obviously they're just trying to survive this little bit of momentum from Howland and, maybe create a couple chances here. It's a great turn by Facillo.
Definitely noticed throughout the course of the match, getting to watch Shawnee play you guys last week and now here tonight, they just seem to have a good understanding of when to go ahead and burn some energy. They know when to try to make a nice run, and other times when we just kind of ease into the situation in the game. I think they've done a pretty outstanding job of that so far in this contest.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good little battle down the side here.
We'll see if Kenney can get something flowing. Hasn't had a shot yet offensively. And
I feel like that's the most he's seen the ball all night, honestly.
You're right. They've been targeting him. He's been a marked man.
Hey, he was the hero the other day, though, so they wouldn't be here without him.
See if he's got some late game heroics as we're
absolutely
down 18 minutes and counting, folks, if you can believe it. These are the championship minutes here.
Yeah, this second half's going quick like we've talked about. It just a little bit of momentum swings here up and down. I think Howland's definitely still got a little bit of the possession arrow for sure. And still looks like it's 0-0. On the other side, Wyoming and Bexley. A little frustration there on that foul for sure. I think that was Jak Kenney, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the yellow card's out.
Yeah. Here, we'll see the replay here, it looks like. Oh, yeah, just kind of ran through him a little bit. That's part of the game. It happens.
Yeah, I don't know about the yellow card for that one. And
yeah, this guy's doing a nice job in the middle. He's calling a tight match.
Yeah, he's a lot closer than us.
Yeah,
our replays are tight,
for sure,
but not that close.
I think the best referees are ones that you don't know are there, and he's doing a nice job of that, just kind of going through the game and just kind of blowing the whistle when he needs to, and just kind of keeping control. That was a dumb foul from, the Howland player, but it is what it is. You got to just play through some of those things. It's a good opportunity for Shawnee maybe to relax a little bit, catch their breath. Like I said, they don't need to chase the game right now. They just need to play.
Got Tim Waldy sitting out here, grabbing a quick breather.
I've noticed Shawnee's only subbing one guy. Just kind of rotating through those guys, through the forwards and into the midfield a little bit. And as they do that, just kind of give everybody a break, get that quick relief, and get them right back on and keep working. And at the pace that they play at, they need to. I mean, they're just giving number 4 the business, aren't they?
It's been the case all game long.
Yeah, I was trying to think if it has anything to do with his name, or they just picked number 4 and they decided they were going to bark at Alexander. Is it
Bakaris?
Bakaris, yeah. It'd be one thing if it was a C in there. It was bark.
Yeah, Barkaris?
Or an R in there. Excuse me.
Totally out of. Maybe they got a copy of the roster.
Yeah,
and
maybe
read it wrong.
Right.
Just like, let's roll with it.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
handball. Absolutely. Yep.
How much of a difference do you notice as a coach that the impact of a good crowd has on your guys out on the field?
Absolutely. I mean, I think when you have good student section, you have parents that when they're loud and boisterous and they understand the game, the kids on the field definitely feed off of that. They call it the 12th man, and I know it's intimidating at times too. On the other side of it, if you don't have that momentum that the 12th man creates and the fans and this, your student sections, it's just it can be a huge morale builder or killer too on the other side.
Both student sections well represented here tonight.
Yeah, they both had spirit buses, I believe. They got a good number of kids out, it looks like. Shawnee School District actually gave everybody a 2-hour delay tomorrow so that they were coming to the game tonight. They could get home, get some sleep, and get to the school tomorrow at a decent hour.
That's an administration that just gets it.
Absolutely. It's community support right there for sure.
This ball's going to race out here on the near side. It's going to be a Howland throw-in coming up for Bakaris, and I don't hear any barks this time.
Yeah, they must have forgot.
Off the flick. One out of the sky here by Facio.
Great touch by Miller. There you go. Keep possession a little bit for Shawnee. Howland's doing a nice job of kind of corralling the defensive side of the field. It's Facil over here on the outside screaming for the ball. Coach Quatman's getting excited a little bit. I think they want to move quicker. Howland with an early ball to Kennedy.
See if Jak can try to get something going, fresh off checking back in from the yellow card.
Shawnee's doing a nice job of staying disciplined, not really diving in or fouling at this point, especially in this part of the field where they can give up a dangerous chance potentially.
Kenney, I think, tried to just play it right back to Gentis.
Yeah.
Off target with it, and here
touch by Facil.
Yeah, the Shawnee counterattack starting to build.
Great run from Drury. 10 Waldy back in here.
And he's going to give Drury a quick breather. So we get back to action. 14 minutes and change remaining. Shawnee trying to get to their first ever state championship. And for
Great
Howland.
touch.
Oh, what a setup in the shot.
Oh, my goodness. What an opportunity. Tenwaldy with a great touch and a great pass to the middle.
Oh, the hesitation to set it up, put his hands down, recollected himself. Lewis charging at him, and it was just too much.
That was the opportunity that Shawnee needed right there. That would have sealed the deal, I believe, and just kind of would have put this one to bed for sure. But, Howland keeper came out and made himself big and was able to kind of, throw off the Shawnee attack, just enough.
Couple of extra touches. The setup.
Nope.
In traffic. No shot. Now it comes. Couple deflections.
Where's the defense?
My goodness. What play by the keeper, Jak Kenney.
Little misfortune from Howland. They created every opportunity they needed there and just weren't able to get their foot on it.
I got him down for 3 shots on net here, Pete. Well, watch Tenwaldy. check them out. Get every piece of all these. Here's 1, 2.
Missed touch comes out and creates 3. Absolutely. Comes out and just, keeper play on both sides right now is kind of the difference. The Howland goalie wasn't able to really get a touch on that, but just coming out and, forcing the opportunity, forcing the chance, and then, Shawnee attacking right down the other way, and just Tenwalde with some 3 huge saves,
His first 3 saves of the night.
Right. Great time to make them.
Oh, that gets deflected. Miller had Drury in the middle of the field.
It's a good step by Shawnee. Facilitating. He's just doing a nice job. He's just done that his whole career.
Tigers looking to build a counterattack. Good ball there by Jak. Solid turn. And now numbers moving forward for the kids in white.
You can tell that Howland's played in some big games. Just they're very poised right now on the ball and just doing a nice job of trying to keep possession. Like we've said, they just need to get forward a little bit further up the field, maybe find the target's feet. I think they're getting tired.
Ooh. It's going to be offside. Second time here in the second half.
Yeah. That's a great ball in from Miller. I mean, defense is going one way. He plays it against the grain. Just a great run. It's a good effort by Drury. I think Shawnee just needs to relax a little bit, keep the ball. You're putting him in a 1v3 there, 1v4.
Clock approaching 11 minutes to go. Trip to the state championship on the line here tonight, folks.
Absolutely. This one's lived up to the bill. Shawnee just needs to stay disciplined. Can't give up now with 10.5 to go. They kind of just got to stay focused on what they're doing and just, if we're going to clear that ball, put it down here on the other side of the field, put it in the parking lot. Giving up a throw-in deep here for Howland isn't necessarily the best thing to do, especially when they scored very quickly in the second half off of one.
Here comes Vasily. Big throw into the box, headed out of there.
Good tackle, good challenge. Howland's got a little bit of time to regroup here.
And Bear Karras.
So there's the barks again.
Drawing the dog calls.
Howland's finding their targets a little bit here now, trying to move the ball around.
This is where they've been at their best. Working it side to side, switching fields. Trying to suck defenders out of the middle. But just so hard to get balls into this position.
It's a great ball in, just not able to get on the other end of it.
And referee says it's been deflected out of bounds for a corner kick.
Corner kick upcoming for Howland.
And I do want to give a shout out to all of our generous sponsors, all watching. Let's go.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Could not be here without Jay's Lip Smacking Wings, Tug, Taviano Real Estate and Marketing, Exit 4 Escape Rooms in Lima, and Tammy Conley and the Serenity Investment Property, Inc.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Shawnee's just doing a nice job trying to control things now a little bit, bring the ball out. But I'm going to say the Shawnee community really supports this program and these boys. And, obviously you can tell by obviously all sponsors are watching right now. And would you say that you contacted one person and it was all done in 30 minutes a day? That's amazing.
Yeah, our marketing team actually made many, many phone calls the last 2 days.
Gotcha.
We weren't able to produce any leads except for I think Jay's Lip Smacking Wings jumped on right away.
Okay, nice.
He was bowdy, and then we go into the Lima Shawnee soccer page, and Travis, our producer here, he just put out a text, hey, anybody want to sponsor?
Awesome.
All of a sudden, the Tenwaldes
right.
were just like, we know everyone you need to call.
Absolutely. That's amazing.
So a lot of love to the Tenwalde family and all of our generous sponsors. Is it car time? Maybe not.
That would be his second, so I think the referee's recognizing that.
Yeah.
He's trying to slow it down a little bit. Calls the foul, obviously. But, yeah, I don't disagree with Coach Quatman here, trying to get in the fourth official's ear a little bit, trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, right there. We see Coach Quatman on the screen. You know, if I'm him, I want answers as well. I believe, you know, that's a dangerous challenge in the middle of the field.
Doesn't look like he's going to change his mind, Pete.
I don't think so either. And then you're going to get these kind of fouls because of that. It's going to get a little bit chippy here for the last 7.5.
Tigers really quickly advance the ball as they know they're starting to run out of opportunities. And I think Coach Quatman, he's got the entire Shawnee Nation here.
Absolutely. Getting riled up.
Getting riled. As Hua has that one come right back to him out of bounds. They'll get an opportunity for a big throw-in, though.
Yeah, ball to Shawnee and throw in here. Looks like a little bit of a tip. Oh, it's off his toe, maybe?
Interesting call.
Howland was all excited for the throw. They could create an opportunity there, and, you know, just a little bit misfortune from Howland. It almost looked like he played that ball off his foot out of bounds, not maybe recognizing where he's at on the field and what was going on.
Yeah, it's tough on these football fields sometimes.
Yeah.
A bunch of different lines, different colors you got to follow.
For sure.
Not a lot behind that shot.
Good save from Tinwaldy. Here we go on the replay. Just didn't get enough on it. It's a big ball from the goalie from Shawnee here.
That's going to go goalie to goalie.
Ooh, coming out with a header. It's well read by the Howland goalkeeper.
Pete, I've done a lot of soccer games. I think that's the first header I've seen from a keeper.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he did a great job. I mean, at that point, he's a field player, so he comes out of the box and, you know, puts his head on it. Tinwaldy was just a step behind from Shawnee, and he just did a nice job of clearing it out.
Good-looking hesitation. Now for Tinwaldy, heavy touch. Lucked out a little bit as it came right back there to Alex McGuire. Now Miller to the central part of the field. Draws a crowd, tripped up.
Yeah, not today. He's not going to get that one. 5.5 here to go. Pace is picking up a little bit more, a little bit of urgency on the Howland side. Big ball forward.
Headed down. Lost traction. No whistle comes. Vasily through traffic.
Man.
Weaving, bobbing. Broken up.
Good win from the Shawnee defense. Looks like they're kind of content with playing a little bit of defense here for a few minutes, win the ball in. Great win out to Miller here. Keep possession, good.
Switch field here with Tinwaldy.
Yeah.
Not going to get charged for offsides.
I thought he might have been a little more offsides than he was on the earlier ball.
I tend to agree.
You're not going to get that call tonight either. Let's see, Howland's going to go quick here.
Basically have all night and still a scoreless draw in that other match.
Yeah, that's extra time.
Feels like it. Hey, feels like we might get some of that here.
Yeah. Tinwaldy with a great touch. Great pass.
Wow, maybe not.
Oh, great save from the keeper. Kick save. Facillo in deep. He just wasn't able to connect on the finish. It was a great ball from Tinwaldy.
Huge save as well by Lewis. Just his second here.
On the replays, one-on-one. Just try the outside of his foot.
We are in for a fun finish here, folks. 4 minutes and change remaining. Howland trying to get to the state championship for the third time in the last 4 seasons.
That's crazy. That's a heck of a run for sure.
Finished runners-up in 19 to Tip City Tippecanoe. Then they got revenge the next year, winning the 2020 state championship.
Shawnee student section here. They got, looks like there's 2 rows of them. They got one down front on the field level as well. Good win out there by Shawnee.
Doing exactly what they need to do.
Howland goalies on it, up here high on the field, trying to, you know, reset their offensive. That's a good play by Miller, trying to keep possession a little bit. That's not going to help them, though. They need to pass out, play the ball in the corner.
Yeah, Rose was trying the give and go, just never got back to him from Lawson.
Howland with a good ball into the target. Kenney on the ball. Nice little back heel.
And Jak's had a few of those where he's just trying to sneak around the defender.
Yeah.
Got to give Shawnee credit. They have not allowed that shield to be impacted once tonight.
You know, they, other than those couple little scrums in the middle, they've just done a nice job defensively.
And they unload one from deep.
Half chance here. Here's the replay. Just looks like outside of his foot. Just didn't get enough accuracy on it. Got enough power on it, but I don't know that you're going to beat him from there on that type of shot.
Ball up for grabs. Skied the other way by Facillo.
Howland's just got to push people forward, hit the ball into the box, and see if they can make something happen.
Carinati flips it out wide. Busted up again.
Shawnee's got everybody behind the ball except for Sam. Keeper with a great play here. Run some time. Great awareness on the field there.
Yeah, allowed another 5 seconds to milk away. As we're sub-2 now.
Yeah.
Shawnee Nation can feel it.
Yeah, they're getting excited here. That's a great punt from the keeper as well. Early throw out from Howland. Got to go quickly. They got to get the ball up into the box. They got to get some guys up there with it.
Gentis, who's got the only goal for Howland tonight, had it deflected. Now here comes Jak, trying to make something happen, and this time he does somehow escape
Deflection.
through. Oh, just
Great
outside
clear.
the 6.
Man.
Had my heart racing.
Yeah, for sure. Bend, don't break right now. Keep everything moving forward. Great ball in. Great win from the Shawnee defense. Just got to get a touch on it. Everybody's behind the ball for Shawnee now. It's a great clear from Tinwald.
And they've got Lewis way out of net as we'll
Kenney
take a
on the
quick
replay.
look here. Yeah.
Just a deflection and just out of bounds.
Final seconds. Can Shawnee hang on?
Missed touch from Howland. That's all you got to do with Shawnee. Just keep your foot through the ball. Just stay disciplined right now. Just ride him out of bounds here. Good job. If you're Howland, you want to get it back and you got to get guys forward. I know you want to play defense. You don't want to, but at this point, if you lose 3-1 or 2-1, it doesn't matter. Just got to get guys forward. It's a good win.
Under 30 seconds to go. Howland's got to start funneling everybody forward at this point.
Great ball from Facillo, I believe. It's a big deep ball in there for Howland.
Oh,
Flick on.
great flick.
Great save from the Shawnee keeper. That's going to ice it.
Yeah, Tim Waldy's going to hang on to this one.
Yeah, he's going to punt this one into the parking lot. That was a heck of a punt there.
And when Shawnee leaves from the parking lot tonight, they'll be heading to Columbus with their next trip. The Indians moving on to the state championship for the first time in program history. They're storming the field here at the Colt Corral in Bellville.
They're all over the place.
Having a great time, making history.
It's a great game for sure. Two great programs battle it out. And, you know, Howland just come up short. They just weren't able to create enough chances going forward.
Such joy. What a season for Shawnee. Win number 20. Got to be a program record.
Oh, absolutely.
And that gentleman right there, Austin Miller, what a dynamic playmaker he was.
Yeah.
Definitely in that first half, Pete. I think he's probably going to have to be our Tammy Conley and Serenity Investment Property player of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, second goal was, you know, just a great individual effort. And then, you know, on the first goal, he was able to lay a nice ball off to Sam, and Sam was able to finish in front of the net. And then, you know, we talked about that at the beginning, just taking care of their opportunities. They had a couple great ones here in the second half, but they just weren't able to connect. And right now, you know, those two, for sure, huge plays for them. Just great finishes.
So 2-1, Shawnee punches their ticket to the state championship. Howland ends here in the state Final Four. We will be right back with our Exit 4 Escape Rooms postgame, including an interview with our player of the match.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be Austin Miller. Keep it here.
What rhymes
participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. We return now with the Tammy Conley and Serenity Investment Property Inc. Player of the Game, Austin Miller, no doubt about it. Huge performance by you, and man, what a run for you and your team this season. First, tell me about the scene out on the field, the fans all storming out there, and just kind of the pride that you took in that moment.
I mean, we made it here. We made it to state. We knew we weren't done. We knew we had to come out and perform, and it's a great thing. It's the first time in school history any soccer team's made it past the state semifinal, and I mean, great moment, great atmosphere, a perfect night for soccer. It just went our way.
And for you and the program, you've been a part of the ascension, you know, kind of taking those steps. You got to this point a couple of years ago, got knocked off by this very same team. What's changed, and how have you guys been able to get over this last hurdle to where now you're heading to Columbus?
I honestly think it's the hard work we put in every day at practice. We always come in. We knew we made goals at the beginning of the year. Winning state was one of them, and that's the last one we need to check off. And, I mean, everyone comes out here, works hard, and in the game we just get to perform. And I think at practice is where it all starts.
And for you especially, I mean, the motor is running, but at the right times. Tell me about assessing the flow of the game and when you choose to kind of go after it and explode versus other times just kind of hanging back and waiting for the correct moments.
Well, in the defense that they played, they ran like a 4-4-2 type, and when you beat their outside, the center backs just kind of dropped off, and I knew going into that's how they were going to play, and it's kind of pick and choose your moments to feel for the game at this point, and I don't know, I think all of our strikers kind of do that really well.
You picked a couple of huge moments. Let's talk about the first goal of the match and your setup for Tim Waldy, and what do you remember about that play?
Well, actually, Mateo played me a great ball. I didn't expect to take it off my chest, but I didn't really see Sam. Just kind of felt him running off of me, and I knew I had a shot, but the better soccer play was the pass, and Sam was able to put it in the corner. And
then the better soccer play on your goal was just to unload one. Take me through that one as well. It looked like from our vantage point it was going to sail wide, and then you bent it, man. That was a thing of beauty.
Thank you. Once you beat their outside back, like I said, the center backs kind of dropped off. They were sort of giving you that outside shot, inviting you in. And I knew in order to get them to step out, you got to take one, got a clean hit on it. I was able to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's got to be so exciting for you moving on to Columbus, and I love that was already a goal that you guys thought that you could attain. Tell me about the process, though. You go from summertime into the season, and how have you kept that level of focus and understanding that there's a long way to go, but now, hey, you're on the door. You've accomplished everything up to this point. How have you been able to do that?
Honestly, I think we started building this program years before I was even in high school. It was district finals, and then it was regional semis, and it was regional finals. We just sort of been climbing that ladder. The play has just steadily increased. We have great players coming in. We have camps for the next generation of players that come in, and I think we're sort of building a program here at Shawnee.
All right, well, we don't know who your opponent's going to be next. I think it might be extra time. Still 0-0 in the other game going down tonight. So you guys are the first one to punch your ticket. If you want to give a shout-out to anybody right now, we had one of our biggest viewing audiences ever for a soccer match. A lot of people out there to say what's up to.
Big shout-out to the Shawnee community. Thank you for all the love and support, and we're going to bring it home for you guys.
All right, Austin Miller, your player of the game. What an awesome performance. Thank you so much for the time, bud.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And a big shout-out to Tammy Conley and Serenity Investment Property, Inc. for help making it happen. All right, we're going to welcome Peter Tem back into the mix, and we're going to shut things down here as Austin makes his way here out of the box. I mean, that kid, he's well-spoken. He's a great athlete, and all of his answers, it just felt like they were right on point.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm proud of those guys, proud of the Shawnee team. But, that's a great kid. We've been battling for the last 4 years, and he's just done a nice job of kind of leading that team. And, tonight he definitely was, the one leading the charge for them and kind of, took a huge role in just kind of facilitating what they needed to do. And, an assist and a goal in a state semifinal. It's a pretty darn good night.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not going to be too heartbroken to see that he's moving on to
no, not at all.
New pastures after this season.
For sure.
All right, Pete, so before we dive into the final numbers of the night, just give me kind of your impressions of the match and how it all flowed with Shawnee taking the 2-0 advantage, and then less than a minute into the second half, Howland's like, hey, we're still in this thing, and then what happened from there?
Absolutely. The two contrasting styles like we talk about at the beginning, I think was very evident in the way Shawnee was able to get it forward and finish a little bit. Howland was kind of a counter, and then we'll sit back and watch and defend because it's what they've done all season.
Sure.
And so because of their, not their inability to get forward, but they just weren't able to be dangerous in the final third. And, Shawnee was able to create some, obviously more dangerous chances. They put the ball in the back of the net. And, having a 2-0 lead doesn't hurt by any means. And so credit to Howland, though, coming out and scoring right away and just kind of making a game of it in the second half. And, that was a fun second half, fun 40 minutes there.
Yeah, it got very tense down the stretch. A couple of opportunities there for the Tigers to send home an equalizer. Weren't able to do it. Credit to the Shawnee defense for not breaking there, just allowing a little bit of bend.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, as the Exit 4 Escape Rooms postgame rolls on, let's show you those final stats of the night, presented by, of course, the Escape Rooms there at Exit 4. And the numbers for Shawnee were a lot bigger offensively in the first half. Not sure kind of what changed in the second half. Do you think that it became more of a strategy, Peter? Or do you think that Howland kind of picked up their pace of play and were able to get it more into the attacking third?
Honestly, I think Howland probably picked it up a little bit. They were able to keep possession a little better at times. Shawnee I want to say they lived on their defensive end. They just weren't able to connect. It was more, Miller kind of going 1v3, 1v4, and they weren't able to maybe keep possession as much as they wanted to. But, when you have the lead, you're kind of able to do some things a little differently. I'm guessing that probably wasn't the game plan. But for Howland, they came out, they possessed the ball. They got the first goal right away early in the second half. And, they were able to, in our opinion, obviously, and from watching, they moved the ball a little bit better. They just weren't dangerous in the final third.
Sure. I think just from seeing these guys a couple of times now and knowing what I know about their progression getting up to this point, probably the better team won this year.
Yeah.
The Indians truly are a state championship contender because, well, guess what? They're already into the final match. We're going to have to wait and see who their opponent is going to be. But
absolutely,
I just give me your thoughts on it doesn't matter who the opponent is, on what type of team that we really saw here tonight from Shawnee. I think they look like a championship contender, yeah.
Absolutely. I think, they came out and they took care of business like they needed to. And, ultimately the goal is to punch your ticket to Columbus, and that's what they did tonight. They came out and played straight up and took care of business. And, like you said, whoever the opponent is, you got to do the same thing on Saturday. And, they're going to get home tonight, celebrate this one, and then focus for Saturday. And, those boys will be ready to play whoever's on the other side. It'll be a great game, great state championship for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to plug like a GoPro or something on that bus ride home. I'm sure there's going to be some great dance moves going down in the aisles.
Right.
A lot of cheers, plenty of cheers, man. Big shout out to Shawnee for
sure
making history here tonight.
Absolutely.
Perfect evening.
Yeah, the community showed up for them. Obviously, it was huge for them tonight. A ton of people here on both sides, and for 2-hour trips for both teams.
Sure.
Ton of fans here on both sides, and the shout out to the Shawnee student section and the Shawnee fans for sure. They kind of definitely pushed them over the edge, I think, a little bit.
And for those of you that couldn't make it, huge viewing audience tonight on the OH Report on both YouTube and Facebook. So
absolutely,
thank you guys very much. And a special thank you to Peter Tem.
Thank you.
Making his broadcast debut tonight. Hey, give it up for Pete.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. This is awesome. This is it's great to see the other side of it and be up here and kind of see what really goes into doing one of these broadcasts and one of these live streams. It's great.
Probably way less work going into this than what you guys have to do to get the product on the field.
It's still probably, you got to put the work in every day, and you got to prepare and be ready to do these things. So, kudos to both sides.
That's what we strive to do, and that's why we're going to have plenty more action coming up this week on the OH Report. But for now, for tonight, we are going to sign out here from the Clear Fork Corral. Another big thank you to everybody that watched out there live and free. Thanks to these generous sponsors: Exit 4 Escape Rooms, Jay's Lips Smack and Wings, Tug, Taviano Real Estate and Marketing, Tammy Conley and Serenity Investment Property, Inc. Love all you guys for coming together and showing support here for this state Final Four game. For our staff here, Jory Hollenbeck on the top cam. Hayden Gray was down on the field with all those great sideline shots. Travis Berardi, our director. I'm Brian Skowronski for Peter Tem, saying thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.
Appreciate you guys.